Word up. We are in a suey season. 'Tis the season to sue someone. We've been talking quite a bit about, obviously, Drake's defamation case against UMG that was dismissed. 1 second applause. That has been the loudest lawsuit in hip hop over the past year. The most asinine, inane, self-serving, and loudest lawsuit, which was fortunately dismissed. I was happy to see that. But now we have a new one. And perhaps they're tangentially related. Perhaps there's a tangential relation between Drake's lawsuit and Cameron's lawsuit. Because Cameron is suing J. Cole over the Ready 24 collab, saying he failed to fulfill his end of the deal. Right, and here I'll break down why I think they're tangentially related. The Harlem native claims that Cole promised to hop on another track or appear on Cam's It Is What It Is show in exchange for the feature, right? Cameron has filed a lawsuit against J. Cole over the duo's Ready 24 collaboration, which landed on Cole's 2024 Might Delete Later mixtape. I don't think there's anything that's really aged that great on this mixtape. I think it might be fair to say now. I think I'll come back around to some ideas on that. But in retrospect, I'm not sure how much positive light this mixtape has brought to J. Cole's career. According to court documents viewed by Billboard on Tuesday, October 28th, Cameron Giles, sued fellow rapper Jermaine Cole over allegedly violating the terms of an agreement pertaining to the track. All right, so this is basically a pretty standard breach of contract lawsuit, right? This isn't something like sue your record label because you don't like the fact that they promoted a diss track aimed at you that was part of a rap beef that you started and engaged in. It's not like that. This is pretty standard stuff, right? Cameron claims that in exchange for his feature on the verse of the track, which was recorded in June 2022, Cole promised to join him on a separate song in the future or make an appearance on Cameron's It Is What It Is sports talk show. Okay, so he said, yeah, man, you can take this feature, it's fine. But in the future, I would like you to jump on a song with me or come on my podcast. Come on my podcast. Per the court documents, Cam alleges he asked Cole to hop on a pair of pre-recorded tracks in September 2022, but that Cole said he preferred they team up on a fresh song from scratch. But he says the collaboration never materialized. So Cam had a joint for him, and Cole said, nah, let's do something better. Let's get in the studio together, really make some magic. Let's make some magic together. Let's get in there and do it. But now we're 3 years out, and that ain't happened yet. And Cam would like to get his get back. Cam claims he reached out to Cole again in July 2023 about joining him on It Is What It Is, and alleges Cole agreed to appear on the show at a later date. The suit goes on to state that Cameron stayed in constant communication with Cole in the months leading up to Might Delete Later's release in April 2024, but that the Dreamville boss repeatedly relayed he was too busy to appear on the podcast. So now he's stiff-arming him. Now he can't get the feature. He can't get him as a guest appearance. So Cam is out here, hey, I guess we got to talk a different kind of language. In addition to Cole, Universal Music Group is listed as a defendant in the lawsuit. Cameron claims he hasn't been compensated for the feature on Ready 24 and is seeking royalties and profits from the collaboration, an amount he estimates to be upwards of $500,000. Representatives for Cole and UMG did not immediately return Billboard's request for comment. Produced by T-Minus, Ready 24 reached number 38 on the Billboard Hot 100. I like that song, actually. 1 second, applause. Now, I see a few things here. One, I think Cole might have been a bit ambitious in his idea of, yo, let's go ahead and just do a brand new track. Like, he really could have just got this out the way, jumped on the track with Cameron, or whatever song Cameron wanted the feature on. Just could have done that and got it out the way. Now, Cole tends to be someone who likes to curate work with different people. You know, we've seen a number of different artists talk about how they've been invited to those Dreamville sessions down in Atlanta. Daylight was on here talking about how he was invited down there. He went into the studio, cooked something up with J. Cole just organically, right? And so Cole seems to be that kind of guy. And I think that's part of the reason why he wanted to just create something organic with Cameron. But then Might Delete Later out here, he had to put 7-minute drill. he had to put a very flaccid diss track at Kendrick Lamar on that project. Like that came out a few weeks earlier. Everything Cole told us at Dreamville Fest when he got up on stage and said his homies were gassing him up. We need blood. What you gonna do, Cole? And I was conflicted. Second applause. That threw a wrench in everything. Okay? Because now, since everything played out the way it did, since Cole got up there and had to apologize, get out the way, after all these years of sneak dissing and backbiting, he had to step off that for whatever reason. He stepped off of it and apologized, leaving the runway for the Shakespearean shakedown we all experienced, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. But the thing that's interesting about that is, I think really outside of Kendrick's Super Bowl interview with Apple Music, Drake's conversations with Bobby Altoff, and some of those kick appearances he does with Aiden Ross, part of the gambling stuff he does. I think outside of that, I'm not sure if any of those three have done interviews. And none of those three are talking about the battle. And I think Cole knows that if he goes on, it is what it is. There's no way Cam and Mace are not going to ask him the questions everybody wants to know. I think he's probably just not ready to talk about that yet. I think if he's going to talk about that, he's probably going to talk about that closer to the fall off, whenever that shows up. But he's not really doing conversations or interviews like that either, right? So he made this deal with Cam to use this song for Might Delete Later, the album that forever is attached to this battle, that he had to apologize and back away from. And every appearance that we've seen from him since then, we saw the Port Antonio freestyle. We've got Clouds. But Port Antonio freestyle was, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, I think that's the only time we've really heard him talk about this battle. And that didn't go well at all. So now he's in a rock and a hard place. He's like, man, I told Cam I would just create something totally new for a song with him. But now so much time has gone by, and it is what it is, one of the biggest podcasts. And Cam they're not gonna treat this like Apple Music did with the Super Bowl. They're not gonna treat this like Bobby Altoff did with Drake. It's Cam and Mace. Cam influenced Cole. That's why there's so many collaborations across their catalog. I mean, they got this one. I know on, I think there's another salute to Dipset on, is it 95 South? I think the song is 95 South off the mixtape before this. Maybe I'm wrong about that. So Cam pulled out, breach of contract. He's like, all right, man, just give me my money then. Give me my money then. Now, I'm not sure how this could break. You know, maybe Cole reaches out to Cam and says, my bad, man. Look, here's the track. I don't know. Maybe he reaches out to him and says, you know what, I'll come on the podcast. Let's talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'd love to see that. That would be great to see. But I look at this as, again, tangentially related to the defamation case, because the defamation case came about because of the same situation. This greatest rap battle in hip hop history, the Shakespearean Shakedown. And I personally believe that this is part of that. I think if Cole either didn't apologize or if the battle had gone differently, I'm not sure we would see the same delay. But because I haven't seen any of these three guys really talk about this battle yet, go on record to talk about this battle and their experiences with it, particularly now, I think that's part of the reason why he just hasn't popped up to the podcast. And I say that because there's no way Cole would go out of his way, in my mind, to be disrespectful to Cameron while saluting him for so many years throughout his career. I feel like they've had a positive relationship for a long time. Cam's had no problem clearing samples, etc. You know what I mean? I just don't think that this is the time for Cole to be talking, or any of these guys. Maybe it is time, but we haven't seen any of them really step out here and really reflect publicly on what any of this is. And I think that this is part of what we're all seeing with this lawsuit. I like this is what Busby said. Might Delete Later is going to be the album that haunts Cole forever. That's the truth. And here's what Riley Rich says. Ran away from Kendrick and apologized. The last time Ari Lennox is featured on anything in Dreamville, deleted a song, scored a Cameron feature, later sued for not upholding his end. Is that the legacy of Might Delete Later? I'm saying, man, this fall off got to be something. The fall off got to be something. And I've been very vocal and very consistent about this. I don't like the name of it at all. I'm an energetic person. I'm someone who believes that thoughts are physical. I'm someone who talks often on this channel about speaking things into existence. And in that regard, the name The Fall Off, that never sat right with me. Because I think Cole is one of these voices that's really important when it comes to the broader hip-hop ecosystem. And we'll see. You guys let me know what you think about all of this. Let me know what you think about this lawsuit. Let me know if you think I'm reaching when in how I see this. Perhaps the reason why Cole has had such a difficult job executing a very easy thing. He could have just given a verse to Cameron at any point in time, and all of it became just so much bigger. And let me know if you think Cam was wrong for suing for breach of contract. My name is Justin Hunt. Like, subscribe to the channel, follow at The Company Man on everything, including The Company Man podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom happening. Systematical culture views us radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dabbing it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, dog, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.